Hello again, everybody. Yeah, I know it's been about a week or so, I believe, since my last update. You'll notice the hair color is changed again. Um, the last one just kept washing out and got to be a really funky shade of like a pinkish green. Um, so when I talked to my hairstylist, she told me to go with something from the more purple shades. So it's a little hard to tell on this light. It actually looks really nice on the video, but it definitely does have more of a purple tinge to it than what I'm used to. I also got new glasses, thanks to a good friend of mine telling me about this online site with wicked cheap glasses, and I will never buy from a store again. Thank you very much, Holly. Yeah, so just want to give you a quick update, let you know how I'm doing. Basically, the new medication I'm on is really helping with the depression, the anxiety, the panic attacks. I actually really feel like myself for the first time in a very long time. I kind of never really realized how much of a fog I was in with the depression until I actually started my second medication. So we basically increased my Zoloft. I'm on up to 100 milligrams once a day on that one. But we added this other one called Buspirion. I'm probably butchering that name, but that's close enough. That's the way it's spelled. And that's 5 milligrams twice a day, which is the absolute lowest you can go on that. And honestly, at this point, I don't know that I'm going to need more. Because I've definitely been in a much better mood a lot more. I haven't had like the huge, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of, basically it lowered the elevation of the emotional roller coaster I was on. So instead of these like major huge dips, like you'd find on like the Matterhorn at Disney, it's probably more along the lines of, I don't know, the log ride. So not quite as deep, not as many, bumps and turns and things like that. So yes, I do love Disney. That's had to give a shout out. And I don't remember where I was going with that. Anyways, meds are working really well. I'm able to, deal with tense situations a lot better. We had a lot of drama at work last week, um, which one of my coworkers was actually told me he was blown away and shocked that I didn't snap and lose it because the situation was pretty intense. And honestly, before I started this medication, yeah, I would have lost it. I would have, blown a gasket. I probably would have thrown things. I would have been cussing. I probably would have stormed out. But I just kind of looked at it like, ain't my problem. Um, as one of my coworkers is fond of saying, not my circus, not my monkeys. So, yeah, so that's doing good. Still working on trying to save up money for, everything that needs to be fixed and whatnot. On a weird note, the check engine light on my car turned off. So that kind of makes me wonder if it does need the extensive repair that I was originally quoted on. I mean, a couple mechanics have said that, the lights tend to come on and off, and I'm like, yeah, but it was on for like 2 or 3 months straight, and then all of a sudden it went off, and I personally thought maybe the bulb had blown on it because it was on for so long. But it's one of the lights that when you turn on the car, all your dashboard lights come on. It comes on when the car is first started, but then it goes off right away. Now, I will say my car is squeaking something fierce, so it probably does still need work, but possibly not, the converter. Um, Probably something along the lines of something going on with the wheels or the brakes or something like that. Still stops fine, so nothing like that, but yeah, there's just a lot of grinding noises going on. So if anybody knows any mechanics that, have a friend who's a mechanic who might like to pop on and give me some advice or anything, I'd appreciate that. Um, it's a 2010 Honda Civic Hybrid. So, yeah, if anyone knows anything, let me know. In other news, the whole saying, when it rains, it pours. Um, got a call from my landlord today, and he is considering putting the building on the market. This has kind of got me freaking out a little bit. I mean, granted, we all know what the housing market's like, and things typically don't move that fast, so I would say even if he puts it on the market tomorrow, I may have till the end of the year, but my whole thing is that the building next to ours was sold last year, I believe, and honestly, it was sold within, I want to say, 3 months of it being put on the market, or at least 3 months of the sign being out that it was for sale. And yeah, so I mean, obviously, my big concerns are, if the house does, I mean, the whole building, it's a converted house. It's into 3 different apartments now. I'm on the lowest level, and then there's a second floor and a third floor, though because we're on a hill, depending on where you are, will depend on whether or not it's technically a second floor or whatnot. To give you an idea, my apartment technically is the first floor, and from the main door, yeah, it's first floor. From the living room, it's technically a second floor because I've got the basement underneath me, and yeah, the windows in the back are a lot higher. But then my bedroom is partially underground. Again, hill. So yeah, and but yeah, so I don't know if the house does go up on the market, how long it will be on the market for, and then two, once it does sell, if the new owner would continue to rent it as is, if there'd be changes made, if they'd increase the rent, because honestly, my rent right now is extremely low for the area. I've tried looking around to see if I can find anything comparable, and unfortunately, there's not much. And, you all know I've got the girls, Salem and Inari, so that would present an additional tricky situation trying to find a place where I can bring my girls. But yeah, so one more thing to stress me out and all that good, lovely stuff. Again, thank goodness for medication, because otherwise I would probably be royally freaking out right now. As it is, I'm just, concerned, and yeah, just trying to take it one day at a time. It's all I really can do. But, still have it in, like, the back of my mind so that, I won't be totally shocked if, things go through that way. But yeah, so just wait and see what happens. I finished the blanket that I was making for a friend. I finished the pizza blanket, which I don't remember if I posted a picture of here. If I haven't, I will put that up as soon as I'm done uploading this video. And then currently I actually have 3 projects going. I am working on making a spider web blanket. This one in particular, you can kind of see the start of it right here. Not really sure what color you would call that. I mean, depending on the light, it's either like almost a neon red or orange. It's kind of like right between that orange and red color, so you're not quite sure each time you look at it. It's like, okay, is it red or is it orange? But it's cool. So I'm doing that with the background, and then the webbing will be black. I am loving the pattern, so depending on how this one comes out, I will probably try to do a couple different variations of it. So do like a black and white one, black and red, pink and black, it's always possible. So I've got that one working on. I'm working on one that's going to have a graphic pattern on it eventually. That one probably is going to take me the whole year. in part because it is really tricky with counting. So think along the lines of cross stitching, where you have to, count each um, row and see how many stitches of what color and when do you have to change the color. And that one, frankly, has been killing my hands working on it. So I'm kind of limiting myself to no more than 2 rows of it a day. And I actually haven't worked on it for over a week, so need to get back to that one. But then the other thing I'm doing is I'm working on crocheting scarves for veterans. There is a lady that my uncle knows in Texas that she is looking to get a total of 20. Yes, sorry. Excuse me. She wants 200 by October. And my mom has already sent her 20, and she's made 10. And then I've got a box started for some scarves that my mom had previously made that I was selling for her, and she told me to go ahead and send all those. And then I've finished one scarf so far, which I used a kind of a fluffy yarn that I hadn't used before. That was a little tricky because I ended up having to do a granny square kind of pattern for it, just because with the way it was so fringy, I guess would be the word. That was really hard to see where each of the stitches go. So by doing a granny square, you just crochet into the open spaces. So that made it easy, and I was kind of happy with the way it came out. So then the one I'm working on right now, I'm using one of these multicolored cake yarns, and I'm doing a chevron pattern. So you can see we've got like the lighter blue, the dark blue, and purple. And so I'm probably maybe about halfway done on that one. Again, I haven't done much crocheting this week because unfortunately I ended up working about 51 hours, I think, total that I put in this week. And that doesn't come out my commute time, which, going to work is about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on traffic, and coming home, oh, pardon me, excuse me, coming home is usually anywhere from an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, again, depending on the time I leave work. So my days this week have been very long, and by the time I got home, it's like all I really wanted to do is just eat and then crash. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. I am still, taking commissions for anyone that's willing to donate to my GoFundMe. You just look at the updates and my primary post for the donation levels. Each level, will have a handmade item. Again, my friend Holly donated the really adorable Panger clings. Give me 1 second. Let me grab them so that I can show them to you again, because they are absolutely adorable. Yeah, so here's the little Panger clings. So yeah, they're lots of fun. They're adorable. They're a good size. And so with that one, just for a $10 donation to my fund, you'll get one of those. And yeah, and I mean, obviously Holly Golightly is a fabulous artist, so it's always wonderful having a little piece of her artwork. And that one is based off of her adorable kitty, Pangerbon, the Fluffy. You can also hop over to her website, and which I will put in the comments here. And she has the book that she's created of her comic strips all about Panger's antics. Highly, highly recommend it. She created that on a GoFundMe about a year or so ago, I think, was the first run, and it sold out, and so she did a second run. So I was fortunate enough that I was able to back both, so I got both covers, and they're absolutely adorable. So yeah, she also does a wonderful little comic book by the name of School Bites. It's basically, I would say, think Harry Potter meets vampire meets cupcakes. Very lighthearted, very fun, very whimsical. I absolutely love it. But yeah, definitely hop on over, visit her. Again, my GoFundMe still going, still working on trying to get more money to pay for my divorce, pay for the car repairs, possibly now may need to put some aside for moving expenses. Yeah, so if it's not one thing, it's another. But again, I'm doing okay. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. Yeah, sorry, brain not working. I cannot brain today. Ooh, the weather is absolutely fabulous today. We're finally out of the cold. I think we got up into the 60s, maybe 70s today. Now, it has been raining all day today, but it's kind of been a nice rain. I actually had my windows open throughout the day, even when it was raining. And it's just, that nice soothing rain sound where all you want to do is just curl up, on the couch with a blanket, good book, maybe a cup of hot chocolate or tea. That's kind of the day it's been. Just, a really cool, relaxing, kind of zen day. And, I'm trying to recapture the zen I had earlier before my landlord phone call. And so, yeah, so I hope everybody's doing well. I'm sorry, I just cannot seem to keep my train of thought today. Anyways, have a great day, evening, rest of your night. Whatever time you're watching this, hope it's a great day or night. And I will try to give you an update again soon. All right, take care, all of you. Mwah. Love and bright blessings to everybody. Take care.